biggest reason people feel like coaching is because they don't know what coaching is. They think coaching is, I got to have all of these years of experience, all of these years of skills. I got to be the very best at what I do in order to help somebody. And that's just a lie. And that's one of the biggest lies we've been told in terms of this coaching business and this coaching industry, is thinking that you have to have all of these years of experience and I have to have all of these accolades and I got to be the best. And if I'm not amongst the best, I can't be a coach. And that's one of the most disempowering things that you can do. And that's what stops a lot of people. You know, one of the biggest things that I've learned over the last half decade of really doing this, like being serious and putting like pedal to the metal and making it happen, is folks fail before they even start. And the reason that they fail before even getting in the game is because of their limiting beliefs of what they thought was correct or how they thought they should help people, right? my dog just started running the room. Of what they thought they should do, of what they thought coaching was. So that stops them from going to the next level. That stops them from even getting started. And most importantly, that stops them from changing the lives that they need to change because of some false notion or some lie they've been told. Oh, you have to be certified. That's a lie. There's no state regulation to be a coach. This is not like therapy. It's not like a therapist where you have to go to some state board. I don't give a damn if it's ICF. I don't care who it is, right? You know, I get a lot of folks who want to work with me through the John Maxwell team. You know, shout out to John Maxwell. But there's no certification programs that you have to do in order to be a coach, right? Everybody just certifies you on their process, but there's no state regulation for it. We don't get started because we believe lies like, you got to be the best at what you do to be a coach. That's another lie. That's a lie because you don't. You just have to be a step ahead of somebody else. See, people lie to you to try to discourage you and tell you that, oh, well, if you don't have all of these years of experience or if you're not the best at what you do, I literally wouldn't be here giving this live. I wouldn't be coaching hundreds of people each and every month. I wouldn't have impacted over 1.2 million people over the last year if I believed that, because I'm not as big as E.T. the hip hop preacher, I can't do this. Because I'm not as powerful of a speaker as Tony Robbins, or because I'm not a Lisa Nichols, I'm not a Ayanna Vaizant, because I'm not all of these other people and they're so fancy and they're bigger than me and they've been in the game longer than me and they got more people attracted to them and they talk about messages similar to mine, I can't help anybody. And that's the problem that we face. You know, this is key. Same thing with me. When I started off working with entrepreneurs, I wasn't making thousands of dollars. I wasn't getting all of these clients. I wasn't impacting all these people around the world. But if I said, well, I guess I can't help people make $1 million, I shouldn't help coaches. I shouldn't help speakers. I shouldn't help entrepreneurs. I shouldn't do it because I haven't made $1 million. That would be a false belief, and there would be a lot of people that would have been disempowered. There would be a lot of people that still would not have started a coaching businesses because of that false belief. And what I believe is a lot of us have this belief that's been stopping us from helping other people because you got all of these lies in your head that's telling you that you can't do this, and it's really simple from the standpoint of just give and serve. You don't have to have all the experience in the world to really help people, right? What it really comes down to is people just want to know, can you get them the result? A lot of times we kind of overthink this credibility thing, like in terms of like, yo, I got to have these accolades and I got to have all of this education. How many people I speak to on a monthly basis that like they done been through 35 certification programs and they think that they need to have all of these different things to really get somebody the result. And at the end of the day, we don't really care if you're certified, to be real. What people really care about is, can you help me get the result? Period. Like that's what it comes down to. So now the question is, okay, well, since we know that that's what we want to focus on, then what's the biggest way to get somebody interested or even open to the idea of me potentially being their coach, right? How do I know what that actually looks like if somebody's open? Well, that's where it comes to putting out content. right? So you put out content talking about what you know, right? Like confidence is very subjective. Confidence is not overall. If you say, Coach T, I want you to train everybody how to become a world-class surfer, I would not know I don't know where to start. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you the first thing about surfing, right? But you tell me, or you say, Coach T, talk about coaching, talk about speaking, talk about marketing, talk about business, talk about sales, right? Now you speaking my language, right? I can talk to those things, right? So the biggest takeaway is just start putting out content that's relevant to your audience and talk about things that you know. And if you do get a question, let's say you go live with somebody or somebody put it in your comments or whatever, and you don't know, don't be afraid to tell people you don't know the answer to that. You're not trying to act like we're in the best day and age right now where you don't have to front and try to be something that you're not. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to. You can just literally be yourself and say, you know what? I actually haven't experienced that, or you know what? I'm not really too sure about that, and try to point them in the right direction. People will respect you more if you didn't know something, you told them and tried to point them in the right direction, than you trying to front like something that you're not. You have it, and I think the majority of us, like we have, the reason we want to jump into this and do coaching is because 9 times out of 10. We've already been given free advice already. We probably been doing, you know how many people I speak to, like, yo, I've been helping people for free for years, giving advice to people coming to me and calling my phone and and I love serving and I love helping. However, I think I should start charging for this. I think I could do this as a coach, right? So people already coming to us for content and what we know, but as soon as we turn the camera on, we start to overthink it. We got to realize that it ain't no different than you sitting right in front of somebody one-on-one and giving them advice, or you being on the phone and giving somebody advice, or you being on a Zoom call and giving somebody advice. It's the same exact thing, right? Same exact thing. We all, like, when you speak into a demographic of people, you're speaking to people that everybody pretty much have the same needs. So everybody's going to be feeling you. You know what I mean? So just take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Don't overthink it. Just put out content. You ain't got to spend a week trying to think about what your next video is going to be. And then the more that you do it, the more you can speak in what we call doing extemporaneous speaking. So I did a training. So each and every week I work with a private group of coaches. And on our last call, we talked about extemporaneous speaking. And that basically means that you have the skill and the ability to speak off the cuff, right? You don't have to have PowerPoint notes, and right as I'm training on this, like, I'm not looking at nothing. I don't have no teleprompter behind me, right? I'm just talking, and the reason why I'm able to talk fluently about this is because I teach and I train a lot. I put out a lot of videos. I'm helping people a lot. I'm on calls every day. I'm training people every week, right? So I'm doing so much of it, it flows naturally. And that's the best way you're going to be able to become an extemporaneous speaker on your topic, is just to do it more often. But if you don't do it, then you're not going to get comfortable enough to really talk about it fluently. Now, all coaching is somebody who has experience, and you're helping somebody else who is either a client or the definition of who is looking to learn, or a learner. Your experience is you're giving and transferring that to them. You're helping them get the experience that you have, helping them get the knowledge that you have. If it's life coaching, you're helping people in different areas of their life. It can be business, health, wealth, right? So whatever it is and whatever you want to focus on, just give them some good advice and tips. And a good coach really can not just tell you what to do or give you principles, but they can also make it practical so you can actually do the exercises to actually master the skill. That's where real good coaches come in at. Because I can talk to you all day and you can still not know what to do. You can understand it, but you can still not know what the actual steps I need to take in order to actually get the result that you got. Right? So it's about really trying to give people, like, inching them closer and closer so they understand it, but also they can actually wake up tomorrow and start taking the steps to get to their goals.